Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. English. I played this already, so there kind of will be spoilers. So, just know, if you haven't played it, maybe don't watch this video. What time is it actually? You guys are about to know my current time. Oh, 9:20. Honestly, this guy's pretty chill. Guy asking these questions. Okay. Alright, before we start, I am going to adjust some stuff in settings. I have these settings set on my. I played this already. On my Switch. It normally doesn't show anything. That's weird. Well, let me change it. I'm just gonna set the other settings. Don't know why it won't change. Let me change its type. So I guess it would just be like that. And then once we load it,
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number
employees for
427's job was simple.
it's simple.
He sat at his desk
In
in
room
room
427
427
and
and
push
pushed
buttons
buttons
on
on
a
a
keyboard.
Orders came to
He
him through a
came through a
monitor
on
on his
his
desk,
desk,
telling him what buttons
how long
to
to
push,
press,
how
how long
long
to
to
push
push
them,
them, and
and
in
what
what
order.
This is what employee
Employee
427
427 did
did
every
every day
month,
of every
every
month of
day,
every
every
year.
month of
And
every year.
although others
And
might
one of
have
them
considered it
considered it
soul-wrenching,
soul-wrenching.
Stanley relished every
Every
moment that the
moment that
orders
the
came
orders
in,
came in,
as though he had been made exactly for
wait
this
for
job.
that job.
And Stanley was
And
happy.
Stanley was happy.
And then one day,
And
something very
something very
peculiar happened.
particular
Something that would forever
ever
change
changed
Stanley.
Stanley.
Something he would never
You
quite
never
forget.
quite forget.
He had been at his desk for
That's
nearly
for
an hour
nearly an
when he
hour.
realized that
And
not
there's not a
one single
single
order
order
had arrived
arrived
on the monitor for him to
on
follow.
follow.
No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Instructions,
call a
call a meeting,
meeting, or
or
even
even
say
say hi.
hi. Never in all his years at the
Years in the
company had
company,
this happened.
this happened.
This
This
complete
complete
isolation.
isolation.
Something was very clearly
And we were
wrong.
wrong.
Shocked, frozen
Frozen,
solid, Stanley
Stanley
found him.
from. Okay, actually, that's so annoying.
Himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, maybe now that I'm in the game, I can. It's annoying.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Also,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
there's
co-workers.
that one computer that has something. This door.
When when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We go for this door. I know this already. Maybe if I beat the game once, then it'll let me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
But it's very funny.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, I died.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right, let me grab this. Narrator guy. Did that? So you want me to play this now? Oh, narrator guy. There's something in the settings I think this person wants to change. Still can't do it.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
But I didn't get to explore the broom closet.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'm gonna give this one to my foot fungus, so yeah. Hello guys, I'm foot fungus.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Hello.
walked upstairs to his boss's
I'm
office.
foot fungus. I'm foot fungus. Oh, I'm foot fungus. Oh, I'm super duper foot fungus. Oh, listen here. It's a bathroom, Bob. It's a foot fungus. I love my foot fungus. Oh, it's a foot fungus. It's a foot fungus. Oh, yeah, it's a foot fungus. Some foot fungus. Yeah, yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Oh, foot
Shocked,
fungus.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his
Foot
boss had been
fungus
keeping
gaming.
from him. And
Yeah,
so the
that's
boss
it.
had
I'm
assigned
gonna
it
change
an
the
extra
name of the
secret
channel.
pin
It's
number,
gonna be Foot Fungus Gaming.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I wonder what he says.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. "2845.
And I'm gonna twiddle my thumbs right here and be like, what is going on?
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh yeah, I love getting on stories. Yeah, I'm foot fungus and natural, and I overheard the person. They want to change this. Yeah. Loading.
Descending deeper into
The
the
end is
building,
never, the end is
Stanley
never, the
realized
end
he
is
felt a
never.
bit peculiar. It was a
I'm gonna
stirring
have
of
to go
emotion in his
bathroom.
chest, as though he felt more free
Be
to
back,
think for
like,
himself,
skip, like,
to
10
question
seconds
the
or
nature
something.
of his job.
I don't know.
Why did he feel this now, when for years
I'm gonna
it
do
had been...
now. Alright, you ready? I'm foot fungus.
Never
Yay.
occurred to him.
Oh yeah,
This
that makes
question
sense
would
why I
not
have to
go
pee, so.
unanswered for long.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
You're
Facility.
exactly correct. Yes, I did.
The lights rose on
I'm
an
gonna do a
enormous room
speedrun
packed with
tactic.
television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Oh. We're gonna play that again. Sorry. I want to get the normal ending first. Get my first ending so I can actually change it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
What could it mean?
Stanley
Stanley
decided to go to the meeting
meeting
room.
room. For
Perhaps he had
since
simply
he
missed a
simply
memo.
missed a memo. Stanley
came to
a set of two open doors. He entered
the door
on his left.
Yet there was
not a single person here either.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yay.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And I can't see, so... Oh, wait, I can't see, so... Wait, I can see. Alright, let's...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
But I wanted this video to 100% it.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yay. Do you guys know there was piano back there? Alright. So let's get a couple endings, and then let's get all the normal endings, and then there will be a door that says new content.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's just get as many endings we can before we show up, and then we can get the new content, and then skibbity boop boop dab, yes, get the layout.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
47, that's me. I was
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'm good, I'm good, daddy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
That's me.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Was
this the only reason
you wanna know my favorite number? I wonder if
his emotions had been manipulated
to accept it. Please go back to number. Does it go to 600? I'll go to 601. I was gonna see if there was 0.
No, he refused
or maybe
to believe it.
265.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again.
I almost stopped. I picked the wrong one. Picked on blackness and the chill of uncertainty. Has he done it? Has he finally won?
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No, was it over?
Yes.
He had won.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as
As he
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of
none
this
of this
mattered
mattered
to
to
him,
him.
for it was not
Not
knowledge
knowledge or even
that
power
he
he
had
had
been
been
seeking,
seeking, but
but
happiness.
happiness. Perhaps his goal had
Goal
not
was
been to
not to
understand,
but
but
to
to
let
let
go.
go. No longer would anyone tell him
Anyone tell him where to go,
or
what
how
to
to
do, or
feel.
how to feel.
Whatever life he
And life
lives,
he
it will
lives
be
will be
his.
his.
And that was
Stand
all he
alone
needed to
knowing
know.
it was
It was
perhaps the only
the
thing
only
the
thing
worth
worth
thing
knowing.
knowing.
Stanley
Stanley
stepped
stepped
through
through
the
the open door.
Stanley felt the cool
The cool
breeze
breeze
upon his
upon
skin,
his skin,
the
the
feeling of
feeling of
liberation,
liberation, the
immense
intense
possibility
of a new path before him.
This was exactly the
Exactly
way,
right now,
when
the things were meant to happen.
And
And
Stanley
Stanley was
happy.
happy. Alright, maybe now I can change settings. Beat the king. Now it's gonna add it even more. Get your first trophy. Right now I'm gonna have many videos, and then I'm not gonna get to get this game. Why can't I change it? I really want to change it to a mouse cursor. I don't want it to be. I want to change. I want to change. How do I have to like do a lot in the game? Or
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
the end is never. The end is never. The end is never.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked,
You're wrong.
he couldn't
Actually,
find
I
a trace
decided
of
to
his
get
co-workers.
this ending. God, that's.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Do you guys
now
watch
that you're here,
Amazing
what do you
Diddle
think?
Circus?
Isn't this a
Because I got
fun and
some
unique place to
plushies from
be?
it.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want. Like,
Yeah, you
right
actually have to.
now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to
I'm
quit.
just gonna
Any
wait
of
for
these points
this
and
to
so many
go
more, all of them are
I'm
appropriate.
gonna like get some
I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way. but his
brain
brain had
has
long
long
ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and
would
lives an
live
existence quite
terrible.
terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Quite unbearable. And then switch this somewhere else again. So we're gonna get the "Are you sick of the skag yet?" But
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Oh.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
There are a lot of endings in this game, and unfortunately, I think that might be it because I really gotta use the bathroom. And, oh my god. And now I don't want one. It's a lot better without one. I used to have it being a mouse controller. So, and now I'm gonna quit and do it again. Will that give me welcome back, or do I?
This
Also, I just realized something. There's no achievements thing. The achievements are outside of the game. Kind of cool touch. But yeah, I'm going to end the video. How is it 28 minutes long? We barely did any endings. Like 3, 4. Alright, bye guys. See you next video. Bye.